Hello, and welcome everyone to this introductory video of the 747 SCA version 1.1. This is going to be a presentation on what's coming on this new update, and also you will see some details regarding the weights adjustment. So we are at Cape Town, South Africa, and we will make a short flight from this airport to this airport. And the idea is to present you the new main feature, which is the mid-air release of the Space Shuttle Orbiter. So we are at cold and dark right now, and I will start talking about the main new feature, which is this little console on my left. That's the main thing of this aircraft. From there we will discuss about the automatic weight adjuster. Then I will set up the FMC for my short flight. I will then start my engines, and we will taxi, take off, fly a little bit. When ready, we will release this orbiter, and we will try to make a nice landing with ILS if everything works fine. It would be cool. So, if you are thirsty, I've got you covered. We've got a Coke here, that's cool. And if you're hungry, you want some fries maybe, you can have them too by clicking in this spot. If you don't want them, just click back, they disappear. But for the purpose of this test flight, I will leave them here. That's not the main feature, but it's a new feature anyway. You will notice that we will discuss about all that you can see here on this panel. There is a knob, which currently doesn't do anything because there is no electricity in my aircraft. So that works fine. There is also a button here and another one under here. To start talking about this console, let's use power. So we can use the aircraft battery if under the condition that we use the standby power. So right now I can see that I have electricity on some of my panels, not all, but this one works. So it's working fine, okay? And I don't want to use my battery too much, so I will use the external power too. External power is good too for this console. So what does this console do? You have three modes. The first one is off, everything is shut down. You have this little light telling you that there is electricity in the plane. And by the way, if you are flying at night, you don't have anything else, you will see that everything is backlit, so you should be able to read this properly under any condition. Let's go back with daylight, please. Okay, so the test mode, it will illuminate everything. So the text will be illuminated, all the green LEDs will display too, to show you that they are working. And even the press to release, even if it will never release the shuttle from the ground, we're saved. So it just shows illuminated too, and all these little segments or characters in the LCD screen also show up as functional. Okay, test is working. Now you will see that when I put it at on, there is a little animation. It's the balance of the aircraft, figuring out exactly how your payload weights, and then it tells you the weight in pounds and kilograms. Each time you turn it from off to on, the animation will play again. And these are the current conditions for all you need to be able to release this shuttle. First condition is the radio altimeter, which is your distance, your height from the ground. So you have to be at least at 5,000 feet from the ground, which I'm currently not because I'm sitting on the ground, so this is obviously not lit. The pitch, you have to be between 5 degrees down and 3 degrees up. I'm currently exactly level, and you know what? While I'm talking about this, I would just align this IRS so I won't have to wait later on. So my pitch is currently at 0, so that's cool. My true airspeed, which should be between 230 knots and 280 knots. Currently I'm at 0, so well, maybe there is a bit of wind, there is 6 knots of wind. Okay, I am maybe not at 0. My banking angle should be between 5 degrees left and 5 degrees right. I'm currently flat, so no problem here, this one is met. And the arm. The arm is this little safe toggle that you have to manually activate, and it lights this LED. If you don't do this, you will not be able to release your orbiter. Now I want to talk a little bit about the automatic weight adjuster. It's working since the version 1.0, but since this pop-up is not working really by itself, now that you have the real information displaying here, it will be easier. The idea is, by default, you start with this configuration, which is the full orbiter plus its engine's cover attached to your aircraft, and the max weight applied to your aircraft 2, which is 220,462 pounds, which is exactly 100,000 kilos. Let me start to say that if I set anything like 462 pounds, it all disappears. But even if here it tells me that I have 462 pounds, this information is wrong because, I don't know, it doesn't refresh with the actual simulation variable. Actually, I am empty. I don't have any weight on my shoulders. If I put 1000, it's the same. If I put 21,000, it will still be 0. So I really have 0 kilo or 0 pound on my shoulder. It doesn't make any difference. If I put 49,999 pounds, I will still be at 0. And if I look outside, there is no shuttle. So I don't have any extra weight. Now, just watch these suspensions here. And I will put 50,000. So I will just add 1 pound. And you will see that the plane is going to move. Okay, you saw the suspension going pushing down because suddenly the space shuttle appeared. And the space shuttle doesn't weigh 50,000 pounds. But this time I don't have my engine's cover. Okay? And now what I see is I don't have 50,000 pounds, I have 140,000 pounds. That's the difference between anything below 50,000 pounds where I have 0 and anything above or starting at 50,000 pounds where I have that, which is the minimum empty weight of the orbiter. And once again, it's this weight which is really taken into account by the simulation. Now, if I put 140,000 pounds, of course, it doesn't change, and this time it even matches, so that's cool. And from this weight to, let's say, 140,200 pounds, so you'll see that this value is taken into account. I have still the orbiter without the cover, okay. And I can add a lot of weight. I can play a little bit. If you have your payloads indicated in kilos, you can relate to this value here, and it works the same. Okay? If I have 200,275 pounds, this is still taken into account, so it's quite more heavy than just before. But I still don't have the cover. To have the cover, you have to put 220,000 pounds. So from this point, you will see that my weight will change. It will not be 220,000. It's 220,462,000 pounds. That's the maximum weight. So as we saw earlier, it's the starting point. It's 100 metric tons. And this time we have the cover. If I want to go crazy, I can put some numbers in front of this. And the real weight stays 220,462 pounds or 100 tons. You can see it here too. I will zoom again. That between this 987,000 pounds and 287,000 pounds, plane doesn't move at all because the real weight is not what you type in here. It's really what's written there. Okay, and it didn't change, so the plane is not heavier. For now, that's how you can adjust your weight. If you want to remove your covers, you just type something like 207,000 pounds, for instance, and you won't have the engine's cover. In the future, it's not impossible that I add a new screen, like an LCD screen somewhere, I don't know where exactly, maybe just over there, where you will be able to type or select your weight, so you won't have to go through this page, which is not working correctly anyway. Maybe I will add this. in the future. But for now, this is how it works. About my RS, it's about to align, that's pretty cool. And yes, it's aligned. So I've got all my visualization working fine. Okay, now that we're here, maybe we can start set up the FMC. I will just move the speed brakes away, thank you. And I will start typing my information. It's not really a tutorial on how to operate the salty 747, but still you will see a few things, and probably you know all of it already. That's cool. That's it. And I won't respect exactly everything that should be done, but yeah, I just want to make an easy one. So I set up my initial position. I want also to indicate my cruise altitude, which is going to be flight level 060. Cost index, I don't really care. Thrust limit takeoff, I will set 10 degrees of flaps for takeoff. And then my V1 will be 153 knots, V rotation 169, and V2 184 knots. Good. That's fine for me. Let's define my route. So I'm taking off from fact. I'm landing at fact. That's easy. And let me check my routes. Okay, so we are going to CTC 54. Then, what is that? Utiro, Uniform, Tango, India, Romeo, Oscar. And then we're going to fly over the airport of Ash. So it's the first one, because we are still in South Africa, so it's still on South Hemisphere. So let's go with this airport. Then FAFK, which is not far. Same. And we go to FASP. Still south. And I think that's all. Okay, that's all for route. Departure will be runway 19. No more information. I don't need any SID or anything. Arrival. I will want to try the ILS 19Z without any stars or transition. I don't care. Let's go. Now let's check my legs. That's okay. We have the altitude, which is correct. Speed, I don't care. This I need to delete. And now, so page 1, page 2, page 3. Okay, it's alright. I think the FMC is good. Let us check here the plan. Orange. So that's where it's not where we are, because this is page 2. Okay, CTC 54, that's going to be my first. I don't even know how to use this. Okay, so we are at the airport right now, currently over there. CTC 54 is going south, then we turn left to Utiro. Step Utiro, we're going north, Ash, PAFK, then we have our top of descent. Good. PASP, and hopefully we'll try to be at C119. Try to be just above 300,000 feet at C119, and then 300 feet at F119, so 2 miles in the distance, and we will then have 8 miles to descend to almost sea level. By the way, that's set. Okay, so the flight plan is set. The payload is set, everything is good. Maybe we can start to turn everything on. We should have activated the nav lights at the beginning, but okay. Let's activate them now. Activate the beacon lights too. Start the APU. And we will start the engines. Just to show you where we are. Runway 19 should be this runway here, so we just have to taxi there. We are not too far from here, and we will take off in the direction of the south. Cool. APU is starting. APU is available. Let's turn this on. We can turn off the external power now. We don't need it anymore. APU is on. We will start with engine 3. Activate the pumps. Activate the starter. And as soon as this is reached 0.4, I can activate the fuel valve. Up. Speed brakes, put them back here. So engine 3 is starting. Cool. While this starts, I will also set up all my autopilot panel. I will try to do everything in LNAV and VNAV. So probably we'll have the VNAV speed, but we might have to force it to what we want, if we want to release the orbiter at one point. Let's say 230 for the speed. Altitude we said 6,000 feet. LNAV, VNAV, and I want to see my flight director, which is working. Engine 3 is started. Speed on. Start the engine 4. 304, okay. I will also activate the anti-ice, set it up later. Okay, anti-ice to auto. And what I can do too, activate the logo and the wing lights. Why not? Okay, let's activate the bleed for the engine 4. The starter is gone. Let's start engine 2. Zero 4. What I will also do, since we have currently a very heavy payload on our back, I will not leave the bank limit to auto, because I don't want the plane to go crazy left or right. I will limit it to maybe 15 degrees. So it shouldn't go past the third step on the right or the third step on the left. Once we will just release the orbiter, we will put that back to auto so I can better negotiate my last turn, which is this one. And I don't want this turn to go too wide and miss my approach. So I will put back to auto. Maybe I will miss the approach anyway. That we will see. Probably I'll have to land manually, but that's for later. So bleed for engine 2 is on. Engine 1 is starting. Fuel valve on. And I will activate my window heat, so I don't have this warning. I'm not really sure I need it right now, but I don't like to see orange stuff in there. Okay, I heard the starter going off, and I can activate the bleed for the engine 1. I think we are now ready to taxi. So, taxi light on, and that's all. Parking brake off. I don't need any pushback, already on exactly how I want to be. I put some power on. Not really sure if this goes through, but hopefully there is no collision. Oh, maybe it's okay. Perfect. It's a nice plane. Must be a stealth one. That's so wide. So while we're taxiing, flaps to 10. Activate my auto brake to RTO. I won't arm the speed brakes. Just stop here. Landing lights go on, taxi lights can go off. So if you try this 747 SCA, you will notice that the weight is having a very huge impact on the takeoff performance of the aircraft. Didn't see anyone. So this runway should be long enough. I'm not really worried, plus I'm not exactly at full weight. I could have been, but even like this shouldn't make much more difference. Okay, just stop here. So the idea, if you want to take off with full power, you press the brakes. You put a little bit of power, I'm still on brakes. Stabilized, 56%, something like this. Okay, and I go toggle. I'm still applying pressure on the brakes. I wait for this to go at 100% power. I'm still on brakes, and now I release the brakes. So I already have this power at the very beginning of my takeoff, my rolling. So it will build speed. Already around 100 knots, and I will wait VR to start my rotation, which is coming soon. Also, fly this to map through the range. Okay, I passed VR already, thank you. And start to rotate. Ears up. We'll follow what's indicated, which is flaps 5. I also follow my flight director. Flaps 1. Now I activate my autopilot. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. Yeah, of course, the speed doesn't work. It's not the speed I want to go. Set 230 knots, please. And auto throttle, please. Of course, if I forgot the auto throttle. So auto brakes are disabled, the gears are up, flaps are at 1, but that's okay with my current speed, so we'll leave it like this. My autopilot should be doing well, I think. Is it doing well? VNAV speed. Okay, I don't know why I had to press the LNAV again. Very strange. Okay, so now it's doing this vertical nav, lateral nav, and I have my throttle. Will be alright. And it's keeping this speed 231 knots. Something like this. So since I'm limited at 15 degrees rotation, it shouldn't go past this little mark. It go even way less. Isn't it 15 here? Okay. If we do it with less turn, less angle, that's fine for me. And I'm flying, and I've reached already the 6,000 feet. So if we take a look at this console, we will see that the radio altimeter is good. The pitch is currently good, the speed is good. Pitch here is changing because the plane is moving. The banking angle, of course, it's not good because I am in a turn, so I have a banking angle too important for what should be done. I will increase the range because it looks like I'm so far, even if I'm not. Okay, we will wait for this segment, for this vertical segment between Foxtrot Alpha Sierra Hotel and Foxtrot Kilo, this one, to release the space shuttle. For now we're just making turns and turns, so it's not interesting to release it right now. We are coming to Utiro and we're still turning, and after there we should be more stable and we should be able to release it. So I'm still in my turn, the airport is over there. You see it? I don't even know where is it. Yeah, it's somewhere on the ground, the airport, but I don't care. We will get back there soon. Speed is correct, navigation is doing fine. Pitch and banking angle are not good, but we don't really care for now. So you can see that true airspeed is at 259, so it should be okay if it's in this area between 230 and 280 knots. And if I'm going too fast, I can just adjust this. We'll adjust the true airspeed. Indeed. So really I'm not touching anything. It's the plane doing everything by itself, so that's good. And once we release the orbiter, we will start to think about our descent, or VNAV descent, but it's in a few minutes. So I arrive at Fash in about 4 miles, which is in about 1 minute from now. 6:48. It's 6:49.4. So in 1 minute we make our last left turn before releasing the orbiter into space, or maybe not into space. I'm not sure it's going to space, but it will live its life. Could even release it right now, everything is alright, but I'm turning, so the bank angle will go black. Maybe the pitch 2. Yeah, pitch 2 is going away. But that's okay. It will stabilize really soon. Okay, now everything is stabilized. Almost. The pitch is not, but that's something we can work with. What I will do, I will already arm the device. I'll keep my autopilot on, and what I can see is my pitch. I'm going a little bit I'm too high. So I should push a little bit on the yoke to make it go down. Keep my autopilot on. I'm just pushing a little bit. You see that my pitch now is green. Now it's black again because it compensates. So that's what I'm going to do. I released my pressure on the yoke. I leave the autopilot do his job. So what I will do, I'm preparing everything. And as soon as I see this, it's already green. Okay, let's release then. Weight passed to 0. And the orbiter is going away. And yes, I know it vanishes. I can't do better than that. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. But now it's all gone, and even if now we have still everything at its green, I can't release anymore because there is no more weight on my shoulders, so that's gone. I can turn this device off. I can drink my Coke, empty my fries, and prepare for the landing. Top of descent is coming really soon. So we saw that the airport is over here, and the ILS should maybe, I can maybe catch it from here. I already see it. And what I will do, I will select 3000 feet, sorry, in my altitude. It shouldn't change anything right now, but since we're already in VNAV, it should change as soon as we reach the top of descent. I will put back my bank limit to auto because now it's okay, it's alright. We can drive crazy. We don't have any more extra weight on the shoulders. I will reduce also my speed, maybe to 200 knots. Let's go with this. 200 knots is just above the flaps 5, so I will still stay at flaps 1. Still okay for me. And you see that now we are turning way more. I'm still at about 6,000 feet, exactly 6,000 feet actually. Didn't reach the top of descent right now. I'm not doing anything, the plane is flying by itself. And now it's starting to descend. Or is it? Should, right? Minus 600 feet. Ideally, this 3000 feet should be met at about CY19, which is there, which should be on the arc. So we are good for now. Taking a look at the terrain. I don't see any danger right now. That's fine. My speed is not even increasing, so that's cool. My descent is quite smooth. I will arrive at FASP in just a minute, and I will reduce my speed right now to 100, let's say 185 knots. So that's going to be flaps 5, and I will stay at flaps 5 because flaps 10 is about 170 knots. So I can still stay at flaps 5. Now I can see flaps 5 is set. Now everything will be about, will the plane be able to make this quick turn? Will I reach 3000 feet fast enough? Still not sure. Actually, I should be above 3000 feet here and at 3000 feet over here. So right now it's still okay with the arc. You can see it's still good. I slow down at 175 knots. I will still put flaps 10. I can also set a little bit of auto brakes. Let's say 2. Didn't use speed brakes now. I think I maybe won't need. And I'm almost there, so that's good. Now that I'm almost aligned, I can activate my lock, and I approach. Let's reduce to 160 knots. It's gaining speed, so I need to use the speed brakes to compensate. I'm reaching the waypoint at exactly the good altitude, so that's cool. It's good. Should switch, I hope, to glide slope. Nice.
2,500.
Oh, should I do this? Ah, 250. Okay. It was on a glide slope. It's not heading, it's LNAV. I can't have LNAV again. No, it's, sorry, it's log. I missed everything. We're a bit too high. Anyway, I wasn't aiming for this speed. What can I get rid of this? Okay. I'm on a glide slope, but with heading hold. Let's do it like this. So the auto throttle is off. I can put the gears down, maybe that's important too. Still going too fast.
1,000.
So I'm managing the speed myself. The glide slope is working, that's great. The puppy lights tells me that I'm on a good...
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yeah, don't sink.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay, good advice.
Don't
Thank
sink.
you.
Don't sink. Don't
Good
sink.
flaps 25.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
I'm at
sink.
400
Don't sink.
feet
Don't
above ground.
sink. Don't
Let's
sink.
turn everything
Don't
off.
sink.
I can't?
Don't
Okay,
sink.
good. Let's turn it up
Don't
like
sink.
this.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
Keep
sink.
some power,
Don't
because
sink.
I'm too slow right
Don't
now.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
And let's
Don't
land
sink.
this
Don't
747.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
60,
Don't sink. Don't sink.
30, 40, 30.
20. 10.
I don't know. I use my speed brakes too. Okay. And it went almost well. An issue at the end with the ILS and my own stuff, but that's cool. We have landed a 747. So thank you for watching. I'm not sure that I'm going to make videos for every release, but this one was significant, so I decided to make one. Oh, and also, if you want to do it again or fly another leg, you just have to put back some numbers here, and it's here again with the way you inputted it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this update, and I'll see you around Flight Simulator. Bye bye.